you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3. Our next qualifier is at Ascend Obstacle Training out here in Kingston, Massachusetts. Our final qualifier for the month of August. It's going to be a very fun time over the course of this weekend. Brought to you by our two incredible course designers and co-owners and head coaches of Ascend Obstacle Training, Lucas Reali and Matt D'Amico. They have put together two amazing courses that we're going to be seeing here today at Ascend Obstacle Training, and I'm very excited to be getting on with it. Hello, everybody. My name is Billy Dixon. I am joined alongside my American Ninja friend out here, Travis Rosen, in the commentator booth, and I'm very excited to be seeing how Ascend does things. Travis, we're in the Massachusetts area now. We've seen so many regions take on Premier Series. How are you feeling coming into this weekend?
Billy, today is gonna be incredible. All weekend is gonna be ninja action. I've said it before, but the Northeast never disappoints. There's so many strong ninjas, always has had such a strong interest in the sport of ninja, and I think the athletes are coming out in meaning serious business this weekend. It's gonna be a great time.
Absolutely. I am super excited to be getting on with another Premier Series qualifier. We've got the kids division to start off with, which is what we're going to be commentating first. But then we have the mature kids division at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, and then the preteens later on at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be an incredible sight to see for the Saturday out here. And then tomorrow, we are going to have our other three divisions, the amateurs, which is basically young adult and up, for the people that don't choose to go elite at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. Then the teens follow that at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. And then the elites will be coming through with some of the biggest names in the ninja world at the minute, such as the Barrett sisters, Lily and Charlotte, along with Noah Munier, our reigning world champion. He's going to be here tomorrow. So that's exciting to see. And it's going to be an absolutely amazing time. We've seen so many great Premier Series competitions. We saw Rise and Geelong Ninjas from Australia in July, and we saw some amazing things in August earlier this month. But now we're coming into Send Obstacle Training, one of the best coaches, some of the best coaches even, in Matt and Lucas, which is going to be amazing to see. September is going to be packed. We've got two international competitions in France and Canada, along with Florida and Colorado with Jump, Twist, and Arc, respectively, which is going to be great to see. Then in October, we have three more qualifiers: Ninja U in Iowa, Life Force Ninja in Bellingham, Washington, and Dexterity Depot in Pennsylvania. I'm excited to see what they all have in store for us in terms of courses. Then in November, we have two more competitions: True Function Ninja Training Ground in Swindon in the UK, which is our final qualifier. Then 3 weeks after that, we have our Premier Series finals at Motus Ninjas in Lee Summit, Missouri. Let's have a look at the format of the competition and how these guys can get to Lee Summit's finals out here. We have taken the top 25% of all athletes from the World Championships along with their season standings, and everyone there has automatically gotten an invitation to Premier Series. They're able to compete, they're able to have a good time on these courses. We've also given some international invites to some of the ninjas from other countries internationally, for some people that might not have been to the World Ninja League Championships this year, for the UK, France, Canada, and Australia. So that's going to be a sight to see when we get to those qualifiers. We also have two courses that we're going to be running today: the placement course and the challenge course. In the placement course, if you fall, you run out of time, your run's over, that's all finished. And on the challenge course, you have got two retries out here. You can retry an obstacle once if you fail it, but if you fail it twice, your run's over. If you fail three different obstacles, your run is over. But you can technically retry two obstacles and still get a full clear if necessary out there. It's going to be a very fun time to see what athletes do what with that option that they have there. The placement course's purpose is to seed the run order for the challenge course. If you get first place on the placement course, you'll be going last on the challenge course, seeing a bunch of other athletes trying it out. And the challenge course will determine the top 4 athletes that are going to be qualifying for the Premier Series finals on November 22nd and 23rd. The top 4 athletes will be going there. It's going to be such a good time in any division. Motus has had a massive revamp in the recent months. They changed buildings and it's gotten huge now. So many lanes for different opportunities for obstacles, and I am super excited to see which ninjas from Ascend Obstacle Training today are going to be able to make it through. And Travis, we have got a lot of kids that are going to be battling it out for that finalist position. We've got 11 kid females and 15 kid males. How are we feeling?
Yeah, it's a big field today. It's so exciting. Some competitions we've seen, especially on the female side, not as many competitors, so it's easier to qualify for those finals at Modus. As you can see, we've got so many female and competitors is going to be super competitive. I know everybody's here to throw down and show what they do. We really have their work cut out for them, but we have some incredible athletes here today. Some of the top ranked kids are in this division, so it's going to be exciting, Billy.
Absolutely. We're going to be going into a demo of our placement course in just a moment. But one thing I'd like to point out when it comes to Ascend obstacle training, they're probably most well known for having one of the biggest communities in the Northeast region. They have so many kids out there that get coached by Matt D'Amico and Lucas Reali, and I'm super excited to see what they've been putting in the work for out here on the Premier Series. It goes for the kids division and basically every division too. And we're going to start out on the placement course with a couple of balance, agility and balance steps. Then bump or bust, which are a couple of trapeze laches. You run up the warped wall and do a couple of parkour bars known as the tap attack. Then the disc dash. You take a walk the plank move and you go through these little shelves, which are reminiscent of the second obstacle at the World Championships, onto that little podium, and you spin on through. Hopefully these kids don't get too caught up on that obstacle. Then target practice, you swing through a little shelf, go underneath that trapeze onto a cliff bar, then a bowl and the ring. Going to be quite the interesting moves out here. We have the bridge bop too and the hangman. We go over some devil steps, a ring, some more trapezes and laches, and then your buzzer. That is going to be an incredibly good placement course for our kids to be taking part in. I'm excited to see the time limit as well and how fast all of these kids are going to have to go.
Yeah, Billy really said it with speed and fast. What's exciting about the placement course is that it is all speed based. It is so quick. We're going to see what the time limit is here pretty quickly, but typically they are not long time limits. It means these ninjas have to really push it. They have to go so fast and not make a mistake. And that is the right there. And obviously have to go faster than their fellow competitors if they want to have that better run spot in the challenge course where it all really matters, and that's what determines the Modus finals.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm excited to get this weekend underway with the start of this placement course. Very speedy. I'm very excited to see how things go for all of these guys. We're going to be starting out with our first competitor very shortly, I would assume. Ellie Stickney coming out of Strive Ninja Fitness out here on the placement course. Has competed 8 times throughout the season 10, aged 8 to 85th in power rank, coming out of Franklin, Massachusetts. Massachusetts, one of the biggest states for ninja, period. I think is they have a lot of people we were talking about earlier. A lot of kids come out of Ascend when it comes to the World Championships in any league competition, really. They know a lot about what it takes to get through a course like this. And hopefully we get to see a couple more gyms throughout the East Coast, honestly, instead of just the Northeast. I'm excited to see everything. Ellie Stickney on the start line, getting chalked up, getting ready to go. And I'm excited to see how she can do. We can see Matt D'Amico on the side, getting ready to start that NinjaWorks timer. Big shouts to NinjaWorks, one of our sponsors, helping us out with running our competitions, seeing the run orders, seeing the leaderboards, everything like that. But now we're going to shift the attention over to Ellie on the start line of our placement course, starting out the weekend. And here she goes. She's ready to go.
Yeah, this is always a tough spot for a ninja athlete going first because this has run the course kind of blaze the trail and going to be watching to see what works, what doesn't We're a lot of pressure right now. That's part of how Ninja. You have to be not for the physical obstacle as well. So we'll see how Ellie here in a minute.
Precisely so. I'm excited to see how the foundation is going to be set, seeing how all of these athletes are going to follow her and try and succeed as much as Ellie can, no matter what her result can be. Going to be starting out momentarily. Here we go. We're getting the thumbs up from Lucas Reale, making sure everything's ready to go. We can see Matt D'Amico just psyching up Ellie to get ready to go on this placement course. Getting a big round of applause, getting the hype up. Ascends weekend is ready, ladies and gentlemen, and Ellie's going to be starting out our placement course in a moment of seconds. And here we go. Ellie's off on the first balance trapeze. There we go. Lovely stuff. We can see her coming in now, getting a solid swing on that trapeze. Comes along through. We've got 3 trapezes that Ellie's getting massive swings on. You can see her kipping her hips up very high. Nice control in the air right there. She's going to get a quick backswing and get ready to go. Here we go. Only 25 seconds left on this course, it looks like. Ooh, she's had a bit of a stumble on the warped wall. Ooh, nice one-handed grab on the first trapeze after that wall. Turns around. And there we go. Swings on down onto that tire. Now she's going to walk the plank and get up onto these shelves out here. 50 seconds. Here she goes. Makes the first grab. Makes the second grab, but it seems like that's going to be it. Sadly, that is unfortunate. Ellie, she's going to have to be... That just shows all of our athletes are going to have to be moving fast.
Yeah, you're right. She had a pretty good pace, 2 stuck, and yet she only got about obstacle. All these ninjas are going to have to really, really be focused on efficiency, really going fast if they want to hit the buzzer.
Precisely so. We saw Ellie setting the foundation pretty well there, getting a good look at the first half of the course, that looks like. And I'm excited to see how things go for the rest of our competitors out here today. Just making sure everything's all well and good for our competitors out here on the placement course. Coming along through, Addison Frost is going to be our next competitor on the placement course. Getting ready to go.
Yeah, one thing that having to focus on with this course is, again, the speed aspect. As a speed kill, but on a course like this, you really have to have, if you to place advantageous spot for that challenge. So they really have to know what their skill set is, how push themselves. Obviously, you don't want to mistake, but you do have to go quick if you want to beat that clock. Also, the other editors.
Precisely so. We can definitely see when it gets to the challenge course in due time after all of these competitors that the overall stance of the run order can definitely determine the results. And due to that, I think these guys are going to have to pull through a lot when it comes to the placement course. Here we go. It looks like Addison is coming through very well out here on the placement course, making the first couple of laches with a lot of power. We can see her gathering a lot of height, making sure she gets the grabs all nice and secure. Gonna take a few more extra swings to make sure she's going through well. Runs up the wall and gets... Oh no! Unfortunately, that's going to be it for her. Oh, wait. Okay, it looks like she can retry it if she misses on the wall, possibly. I'm not too sure. Regardless, the time is still ticking down. Here we go, Addison Frost. Nice bicycle kick down there. Nice security in that backswing, which is good. 2.5 seconds ahead of Ellie to this point as well. Time is still ticking, though, so it looks like these kids are really going to have to motor on through if they want to get deeper on into the course. Not really taking as much backswings as displayed, but Addison's still making her way through at a solid pace, but time is unfortunately going to run out on her. She's currently in first place, only with 2 gone so far, but she's going to carry on the obstacle, and she gets that grab and drops down. Very solid run there from Allison. Precisely so. Next up is going to be Giulia Testani out here on the placement course. I'm very excited to see how she's going to do. She's being coached by Gavin Obi on the sideline as well. It looks like our 5th place finisher at the World Championships in the Elite Division. But it seems like Giulia, very good stuff right here. Not really taking as much linking stuff now. That's minimal time saves, which really do count on a speedy course like placement. And she's coming through now, getting some good speed coming into each of these obstacles. You can see 22 seconds ahead of Addison to this point. She's saving a lot of time. Lashaying sideways, making sure the grabs are all well and good here. Very good Lachey's coming on through now. First look at the rest of this corner. Out here, getting on these discs. Gonna get a nice backswing there off of that ring. We can see her making her way through at a very solid pace without a problem. 12 seconds with only 2 obstacles remaining is a very good spot to be in at this point in the competition here. She's getting the pullback off that ring. She's going to come into the final obstacle, but time ticks down all the way to the end there. Super, super close there for Giulia Testani. Dang, really, really well done there. That was a very solid run there from Giulia, setting down the rest of the foundation for the kids' female division in first place so far. We're now going to be coming into Charlotte LaFrance out of Forte Fitness Center. Indeed she does. Charlotte is coming in very, very nice pace out here. Almost trying to match the same pace that Giulia was having earlier into this course now. She's around the same pace, about 3 seconds behind her, but she's going to want to pick up that caliber if she wants to try and get a higher position on the leaderboard thus far. Here she goes, 25 seconds as she's making the grabs over to these next few shelves. Gets the Lachey onto that little disc platform, shakes out the hands, coming through onto these discs out here. Gets the backswing, putting her legs behind her to carry momentum through. And with 10 seconds, she's going to be coming into obstacle 6 right here and obstacle 7 afterward. Here she goes. You can see Charlotte making her way through the hangman, but unfortunately drops down as the time gets closer to the end. Still a very, very good job there out of Charlotte LaFrance. Precisely so. I think it's only a matter of time before we see something out here from our kid female division, and Kenley Gary is coming in now. One of our more experienced ninjas in the kids female division, has been doing ninja for about 5 years now. Coming out of Forte Fitness Center, she's pulling through very well. She's actually the fastest ninja to this point, so we could see a new first place leader on the placement course out here as she's coming through these shelves. very energetic throughout, and she almost linked it, but it seems like she wanted an extra backswing to get higher up onto that platform. She's coming through now onto this ring with 25 seconds left. Very nice dismount there, and the 20 seconds left are going to be used to pull on through the hangman out here and pull through back through the rest of these pumpkin holes in the ring, and then the sloper steps. Now the final obstacle, here she goes, Kenley Gary coming in all the way to the top and swings on down. Gonna need to lâcher on through and drops down and hits the buzzer. There we go. Kenley Gary, our first clear of the day, was super close to timing out. Only 0.25 seconds left on the clock, but she was super speedy out there. Very well done there to Kenley. Sets the foundation for the rest of the field very well to hopefully clear the next couple of runs after this. As we now come into Autumn Jantoska, coming out of Walpole, Massachusetts out here. Super happy to have her here today. She's getting ready on the start line, shaking out, making sure everything's ready. She's hyped for the placement course, and she's off. Coming through now, she's going to be moving along these lâchers. Not many backswings. Going to take one here to reach out to that trapeze. Almost reel herself in, but going to take an extra swing to be safe. Now she's moving along through. Going to try her best. Yes, gets that grab onto the bar. Sets the plank down straight. Get these backswings when necessary and get the optimal hand placement on these shelves. It's important to get an even pump on each side. Here we go. With 15 seconds left, she's not particularly the fastest up to this point, but she still wants to be clearing obstacles as they go to hopefully get herself in maybe the middle of the placement course leaderboard. She's a bit hung up there on the ring. Gonna have to try her best to come through, which she does. There we go, Autumn, she's coming through. But just runs out of time as she comes in to the hangman, and that's going to put her into 4th place so far. Still a very good job out of her there. And we are around halfway through the kids' female placement course runs out here. Justine B. Simard out here. #1 power rank, one of the strongest ninjas in the entire kids' female division. Coming out of Quebec, Canada as well, which is lovely to see. That international prowess at Ascend obstacle training out here. She's going to be coming through. I expect big things out here from Justine. She almost tried linking that trapeze, but she does on the second try, and she does not want to be wasting a lot of time on this placement course within the obstacles and in between them. I think a clear might be in the cards for Justine. We can see her linking that first move. We haven't seen that yet. Linking the rest of these shelves, carrying momentum throughout every swing. With 30 seconds left, she pulls back on that ring with her lower body. Now she's coming on through to the hangman, the penultimate obstacle. She's still moving at a very consistent pace out here with 20 seconds left up to this point. I think she's looking to get another clear out here. Might have a second one on the placement course. Justine B. Samad coming out here, gonna take these lâchers in pride, gonna link and dismount, and just like that, we have a new leader on the placement course, not breaking a sweat at all. Justine B. Samad, super well done there on the placement course. Absolutely amazing right there.
Yeah, Billy, Justine did so good right there. She was so smooth, so efficient, so aggressive, and I loved no wasted swings, no wasted, and you said it right. She didn't even break a sweat. She had 5 seconds or so. She like that total right there.
Absolutely, it was super well done right there for her, and hoping to match that caliber is Lily Olson right now, who's going to be taking on the placement course in her stride out here, coming out of Dover, Massachusetts. Just under 50 seconds as she's coming through onto the turnaround point of the placement course here after the warped wall, but it looks like she's going to have to give it another go. Jumps up and comes on through. Gets the dismount that time. Very well done. Now moving along. Gets that nice, neat lâcher. Pops her hips back immediately to carry on momentum through. Lily Olson coming into these discs right here. Turning around at the ring. Pulling back when necessary. And she gets it. Very well done. Coming through now onto the hangman. pulls back along through the rest of these holds. And Lily is going to put herself in third place right here, which actually makes her the fastest non-finisher to this point, as she unfortunately runs out of time there. Still a very respectable position out here on the placement course. Super happy. Now then, coming in to our final 3 kids female competitors on the placement course is going to be Adeline Mador, an Ascend obstacle regular. She's representing the jersey out here, knows the gym very well. Hopefully that plays to her strengths out here on this placement course, hoping to be very, very fast coming through. Now then, here she goes. She's off and running, heading up and ready to go. 50 seconds left on the placement course as she's bubbling along through, coming to the turnaround point of the warped wall. Very well done there. 40 seconds as the plank is now set straight as she jumps up to the first disc. Lets herself swing through and gets her hand orientation spot on. She's ready to make the jumps out there, putting her hands to the back and going to dismount with 1 extra swing. Very well done. 22 seconds as she's getting the pull back on this ring now. Moving along through Gavin Obi, getting the correct sideline support out here. With 10 seconds left, she's going to be coming through the hangman out here and comes along through with 3 seconds left, dismounts, and she's going to be put into 5th place from that. So around the middle of the pack so far, but on that upper half, which is good to see, and her time has run out. Nice dismount there, utilizing the cliff. Nice little fist bump there as well. Now then, coming out of Vermont Ninja Warrior, another Northeast gym out here in the Ninja world, Emma Shibra, or... yeah, Shibra, I think. Emma Shibra coming in now. Height of 4'5", 64 pounds, started Ninja 2 years ago, hoping to put that experience to good use. She's been doing Ninja Warrior 8 days before she turned 7, so she's been doing it since then. Always motivated to keep up with her big brother, and Ninja is no different. She's coming along through now, not wasting any time. Here she goes. She's quite the gamer as well. You can usually find her yelling at her friends in Roblox, Minecraft, and the Gorilla Tag on her Quest 2. Coming along through now, hoping to put up one of the highest scores on this leaderboard right here. Hopefully no stranger to that in any sense of the word. Here she goes. Just 10 seconds remain now as she's coming along through the rest of this placement course. And gets the dismount, and she's going to put herself as the fastest non-finisher up to this point. And she gets to the top of the first part of the final obstacle. The Lachey's are going to be at the point where she runs out of time. Still a very well done job there for Emma Shibra.
Yeah, she really did a great job, Billy. She really was pushing it. Didn't quite get there, though, but you know she's going to come back for the challenge course ready to go.
Precisely so. Hopefully all of the things necessary for a good challenge course run come from the placement course, no matter what position you get. And Cora is coming in now as our next competitor on the placement course. Coming out of Walpole, Massachusetts. Age 7. She's putting in a very solid run so far.
Yeah, and right now, Cora, she's got such a good placement here because so many ninjas have gone before her. She can see really what has worked, what hasn't worked, just how fast she needs to go. And she's taken a few extra swings right there. That's going to cost her, but if she can keep the pace going, she could still place pretty well, Billy.
Precisely so. We're getting to around that point where things could be decided for the rest of the course, when it seems like the momentum on the shelves is going to be one of the bigger turning points to see where you're going to be at in the middle of the course, and maybe where you're going to be in the grand scheme of the leaderboard, because we can see here Cora moving still very fast, but with only 10 seconds left, she's going to be probably at the lower half of the leaderboard at this point due to how many other athletes have gotten to this point, but faster, and she's going to be a goner on that fall there. It also looks like she might have hit her stomach in quite a weird way, so hopefully she's all well and good there. Yeah, putting her into 9th place out of 11 so far. And that is actually going to wrap up the kids female division, Travis.
Yeah, Cora was doing really, really well. Unfortunately, she had a hard dismount. And I know all about hard dismounts. I think I have the
Oh yeah.
record for the worst dismount in the history of American Ninja Warrior. But hopefully she'll bounce back. Look like she did hit her stomach, maybe even her face a little bit on that landing. So hopefully she can shake that off and come back looking for redemption on that challenge course.
Precisely so. That's the good thing about this format. Anything can happen after the placement course is done. Once we get the run order sorted for the challenge course, anything is possible. Anyone can win it if they put all of their skills to the test. Now then, as we are now moving on to our kids male division, we're going to be moving on to one of the greats in the kids males. We're going to have Leo Bronov first off, coming out of Forte Fitness Center, coming out of Cottalt, Massachusetts, out here. Super very good.
I love seeing his pace right now, Billy. You can tell he's got a sense of urgency. Oh, and he's linking every one of those. That's great.
Oh, there we go. We can see a lot of speed and time being saved out here just by linking out here. We can see Leo is probably going to get one of the fastest times in general today, possibly, as we take into account the rest of these divisions. He's moving very fast out here so far. And with 20 seconds left, this might be the fastest time we've seen up to this point as well. We've seen links. We've seen a lot of stuff. Here we go. Yes, nice link out there. And Leo is going to make it. He's emoting. There we go. We love that.
Yeah, he was so smooth, so confident. You even saw that even in his little celebration after hitting the buzzer. But Billy, when we see our first male competitor hit the buzzer, you know this is going to be an exciting portion of our placement course.
Crazy stuff there. I'm still really happy about the emote that we saw at the end of that run. Now then, shifting the attention onto our second kids male competitor out of the 15 that we have today, Jericho Lupatkin. Here we go. Coming through out of Sharon, Massachusetts, competed 7 times throughout the season. And he's linking stuff out of the gate right here. We can see Ascend, really famous for having some of the best coaches and some of the best developed kids, I think is the best way to put it as well. And it seems like that evidence is coming through right here on this placement course.
Yeah, Jericho is crushing it right now. Still right now, we'd like to see some links right there like we saw from Leo. It's definitely eating away at that clock a little bit, but hopefully Jericho can keep going and he still might be able to hit this buzzer.
Absolutely. The potential is still there if he's able to just pull on through. But time is ticking down mercifully. I think it's going to be quite the close call. But I think as we're coming on through to the back half of Hangman, we're starting to see now the time mercifully ticking down on Jericho. And he gets halfway up. But unfortunately, that's going to be it for him. Still a very solid time there. Things could change on the placement course. His final run isn't decided yet, but I'm excited to see how things go.
Yeah, I think as we've seen now, even if you have a fast, aggressive pace, again, to hit that buzzer, you're going to have to be able to do some of those linking moves that we've talked about, because if you have to take extra swings, even if it's just one extra swing per hold, I don't know. I'm not sure, Billy. I'm not sure if a buzzer can be hit if you take those extra swings.
I mean, it's definitely possible, but you're just going to have to be moving through a lot more fast if you really want it. Now then, Derek Saraceno coming in out here out of Hamden Ninja Academy. Oh, no! Oh, just misses that first jump there on the trapeze. It happens to the best of them. That's a shock exit right there from Derek. Oh, man.
Yeah, you know Derek was
That
not
was
planning
unfortunate.
on that. That does happen, like you said, unexpected falls. That can be another one of those issues of maybe trying to go just a bit too fast. He didn't get a big enough jump going to that trapeze hold. But the good thing is he's going to get to come back on the challenge course. Hopefully any butterflies that he had will be completely done away with and he'll come back ready to go. trying to get one of those qualifying spots for Modus.
It's definitely possible. You never know the hidden potential behind these guys. And we're now coming into a Vitality representative, Avon Costello, out here, getting ready to go on this course out here for the placement. And he's coming through very fast now. He's popping through these trapezes like no one's business. I think we're looking for another top time here, Travis.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's gunning for that. He saw what Leo did earlier, and oh, but he is taking that extra swing. I think anybody who wants to get the fastest time, they can't take any extra swings there. But we'll see what Avon can do with the rest of the course.
I mean, he's definitely moving through with a lot of efficiency. So I think in these last couple of moves, he's going to try and make up for those backswings that he took. And with 25 seconds left coming into the hangman, he's going to take a backswing and get ready there. Around the same point as Leo, but now he's just swinging along through, taking a bit of a slower approach up the rest of this course, which is fine and dandy if he just wants that buzzer to clear it. And he pops on through, and Avon Costello gets the second buzzer. There we go. Lovely stuff there. Only 4 in to the kids' male division. We have 2 buzzers already. We're 50-50 out here, which is nice to see.
Yeah, that was a really exciting run from Avon. I wasn't sure early in the course exactly how he would do, but he showed to everybody, I can do this.
Indeed, he can. And hopefully another person who can do this is our next competitor, Rylan Brandt. Coming in out here with 50 seconds. He's going to be moving on that trapeze. Ooh, tried to underbar it, but took a backswing and kept the momentum going. I'm going to do the same here. Representing a backwards hat out here. Lovely stuff. Has done 20 competitions this season, so very experienced out here. Definitely deserved his spot in Premier Series. Took a bit of a crooked swing there. He was a bit directional coming through. He gets the grab this time, though. And with 25 seconds left, he's coming through the course. I don't think a clear is going to be in question anymore, but I think a couple clears of obstacles still might be in reach for him.
Yeah, I think you're right. He only has 10 seconds left, Billy. But what I do like out of Ryland's run so far, he's had some moments where he has gotten a little off, but he's always made the proper corrections. It's just time is running out.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's going to be it for Ryland's run, but that's going to put him at the fastest non-finishing time, which is still good. Might put him at the top, near the top of the leaderboard for the guys who haven't finished. Anything can happen out here on a placement course and a speed course like this. And we're now moving on to Will Loeffler, coming out of Steel City Ninja. We've seen a lot of Steel City athletes throughout the Northeast over the past couple of competitions where we've had competitions in the Northeast. And he's coming through very well out here.
Yeah, I love it when we see these ninja athletes go right into the next obstacle. You know, you can tell they've already done the mental prep. They know exactly what is waiting for them. They don't have to sit there and size it up. And sometimes you do have to do that for specific obstacles, but Will's doing a great job moving efficiently, and you can tell he has planned this run out.
Indeed, he has. We can see here he's moving through very well. A lot of experience showed, and that's apparent as he's been doing ninja since 2018, and he's 7 years old. Does that mean he's been doing ninja his entire life, dude? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. With how popular this sport has become, I do think some of these kids basically did right from the womb. They're starting to do ninja, and there he goes. With barely any time left, he hit the buzzer.
That's the closest call we've seen all day as well. 0.11 seconds left on the clock is crazy work there, but still an incredible run from Will. Gonna put him near the top of the placement course leaderboard as we now move on to another Vitality athlete, which is going to be Julian Feritas coming through now. You can see here, super efficient, does not want to be wasting any time whatsoever. With 45 seconds left, he's coming through without a problem. Oh, just needs to even out his hands. Ooh, nice little sideways lâché as well. Put both of his hands to the side of the shelf. He's coming along through now through target practice, and the bridge bop is next. Pushes it forward, and now the hangman is next. He's still on pace for a clear here, Travis.
Yeah, he is right there. I loved that move. He just missed that pumpkin hold just a little bit, but it was a really smart, fluid move. I thought he was going to have that, would have saved him a couple seconds, but I think he's still looking good right now, Billy.
He's definitely on pace for a clear, and a clear is what he's going to get. Julian puts himself into third place. We're starting to see a lot more clears in the middle of this roster out here.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of times when you see that first or second clear. It helps everyone else's confidence and they can see, okay, he did it like this. That worked well for him. I'm going to try to replicate that or even do it even better or faster. And so sometimes it really opens the floodgates, Billy.
Indeed, it does. I'm very excited to see how things go for the rest of our competitors, starting with Logan Cassell Kieslicker, I want to say. Here he goes. Or Kieslicker. Sorry. Logan coming in now, coming out of West Warwick, Rhode Island out here. Coming along through now, trains at the Laid Back Fitness in Warwick. Comes along through now, showcasing his ninja skills very well, popping through the rest of these shelves very well. He's moving along through the bridge bop without a problem. Hangman is next. Moves along through 20 seconds as he pulls back on these balls. He did a very good job here. Now, I think he's still on pace for a clear. Might have a couple seconds left over to take him maybe a couple backswings if necessary. But Logan's going to pull on back on that ring and pop on through. And there he goes. Logan hits the buzzer, slams it even, and pulls on through without a problem.
Yeah, he was super aggressive. I actually wondered if he was going to maybe hurt his hand with how hard he hit that buzzer, but he really showed everybody how this course can be run. And he actually still had a little bit of time to spare. In some ways that he was going through wasn't the absolute fastest, so that's actually pretty impressive.
Sam Spigarolo coming in now out of Franklin, Massachusetts, out of Strive Ninja Fitness, pulling along through these first few obstacles with relative ease, moving up the tack attack. And now the disc dash is next. Here he goes. How's his technique going to fare him? Thought about linking it, but puts his hands to the back of that shelf. Makes life easier for him. Here he goes. Ooh, had a nice linking motion there as he's now coming into target practice.
Yeah, I think
Travis
right
is
now,
coming through with a good sense of urgency, isn't he? Coming through now with a lot of speed on these last few.
yeah, he is. I do think, though, coming into this part of the course, he does need to have a little bit more time. And as we see here, it looks like he is going to time out. So he did really well, but not quite fast enough.
He was only a couple moves away as well. That's going to put him as our fastest non-finisher at this point as well. We could see he ran out of time in the middle of sloper steps, which hasn't happened a lot, which means he was there pretty fast, but just couldn't get that buzzer. Let's see if Colby, our next competitor, is able to come through.
Yeah, and I think right now, the competitors who get to the bridge bop area with about 28 to 30 seconds left, they're looking really good. So we have to keep our eyes on that.
It looks like Colby is looking to be one of those athletes, and he's coming through without a problem. He's linking everything he can see, basically. I'm excited to see how he can fare here on the shelves. He's linking through, conserving momentum with each move he gets, nearly dismounted there immediately. And here he goes. Yeah, you can see here gets to target practice with here. Yeah, exactly. Bridge bop with 28 seconds. I think he should be okay for a clear now.
Yeah, this is going to be really exciting. If he stays on course here and with this time, I think definitely, I think he should hit that buzzer, but we'll see just how high up on the leaderboard he finishes.
Here he goes with 7 seconds. He dismounts from those laches, and Colby is going to be our second fastest finisher, just behind Leo from first here. Super, super well done there. A lot of great time saves, linked as many things as he could. Solid stuff all around there from Colby. Not a problem. Now then, coming in to a favorite to possibly win it all right here. With the grand champion status, it is Grayson Balzotti out here.
Yeah, Billy, I'm really excited to see Grayson. It's pretty it's a pretty special treat because part of the ranking system that we have here is the power ranking, and Grayson is ranked #1 on power ranking, just like Justine was for the females. So he's crushing this course right now, Billy.
It's apparent as to why he's got that position there. Even with a slight mishap, it's not even a problem. He's gotten to the hangman with 33 seconds left. That's the fastest we've seen all day out here. He's brachiating through these rings, tried to gather a bit of momentum, and it's not giving him any problems here. It looks like 20 seconds to the top of sloper steps, and he's going to pop through these laches. He's going to contest Leo's top time, and he gets the top time, 44.53 seconds. That was insane there.
Yeah, Billy, seriously, that was such a fast run. I don't think I saw any wasted moves at all from Grayson. Totally lived up to the hype. 15 seconds left on the clock, too. That is crazy.
Absolutely insane. As we now kick off the final 4 kid male athletes with Colin Opal. Let's see if any of these competitors can contest his run earlier from Grayson out here. Let's see. Colin moving along. Not really a problem out here. He's linking everything he can. He's seen the top times and he looks like he wants it for himself, but just messes up that link.
Oh, yeah, he was going a little too fast there, Billy, and wasn't quite getting his swing or his grip where it needed to be. Thankfully, they've got a lot of safety mats here at Ascend. Obviously, that's such a priority with this sport of ninja is safety. I will say, again, being a former gymnast, not to mention all the years I did ninja, I know what it is to get the wind knocked out of you. Sometimes you land hard like that. Hopefully, Colin is okay and can just bounce back from that. You know he's going to be a little upset, but we'll see him again in the challenge course.
We will. A lot of redemption can happen at any point throughout a Premier Series qualifier. And we're going to be kicking off the final 3 competitors out here on our placement course. Starting out with Xander Lipton, coming out of Westport, Connecticut. I'm excited to see how he fares out here on the placement course. Oh, no, we're going to be moving on to Aiden Card even, coming out of USA Ninja Challenge out of North Andover, Massachusetts. He's getting ready to go. Here he goes.
And I will say, Billy, sometimes when you are a competitor getting ready to go and the person in front of you has some sort of a slip up or a fall, even an injury, it can also weigh on you mentally. You know, you're focused on getting your run down as quickly and as well as you can, but then you see somebody have something where they maybe hurt themselves, and that's just another mental obstacle. But right now, Aiden's looking like he's doing really well.
Yeah, absolutely. 25 seconds left. I think a clear might not be in question anymore, but still has the opportunity to perform well. Grand scheme of the leaderboard, you can see he's in 11th place currently. Hopefully he comes along through clearing the hangman, potentially. He's going to get that backward swing and pulls along through to that ring and pulls down very well there, putting Aiden Card still into 11th place. A very solid run, however. It seems like a lot of kids are getting to the point where they are timing out when they're going up the sloper steps right there. So that might result in quite a few results just clumped together for that area. And I'm excited to see that particular standard of ninja skill on the challenge course and how they can all adapt to it.
Yeah, and right now we are down to our last 2 competitors, and this is going to be exciting because, again, these runners at the end, they've seen what others can do. They see what time they have to beat. Can be a little bit of pressure, but we'll see if Cillian can do maybe the first place run so far.
It's definitely possible. He's moving through with a lot of good pace so far. Ooh, sets up a linking motion, but doesn't link that dismount. With 45 seconds, he's coming into the tack attack. Now Cillian Gerard coming out of Yarmouth. I think Maine is ME, and he's coming through, making sure that plank is all well and straight to get a good jump onto the shelves.
Yeah, right
Here
now,
he
Billy, I
goes.
think Cillian's kind of on the same pace as Aiden, maybe even a little behind. You see just some small hesitations between obstacles. Whoa,
Ooh!
good save. That was a good save.
Okay there. Very good save there. We could see the one-handed strength, the trust that some of these kids can have in their hands, and overall grip strength is great to see on display out here. And he's just going to run out of time before he dismounts. It's going to put Cillian into 12th place on this placement course, put him near the bottom. So he's going to be running near the first runner possibly on the challenge course, which we're going to get to in just a moment.
Yeah, and we've said that is a difficult spot to be in, to go sooner in the run order, but all season long we've still seen some of these ninjas who go out unexpectedly early on the placement course so that they have one of the first run spots in the challenge course, but then they still come out and crush the challenge course. So just because you have an earlier run spot does not mean that you can't make it to the finals or can't do super well. So we'll just see how these ninjas fare.
Absolutely, and that is looking to be the provisional end for our placement course. Just checking if we have any more runners, and it looks like we have 7 out of 14 clears, so very straight down the middle there. We've got our separator of buzzers and non-finishers. We saw 4 athletes get to the final obstacle, the sloper steps, and run out of time during it, and we had a couple of athletes take some shock fails earlier on in the course. And this is your final leaderboard. We've just confirmed here we're going to have Grayson finishing or running last on the challenge course. So our top 4 consists of Grayson, Leo, Colby, and Avon, which are going to be our final 4 runners, with Grayson going last. We also had our kid female competitors, if we can have that leaderboard showing up, seeing who the fastest 4 competitors are in that field. We had Justin B. Simard, Kenley Gary, Emma Sheba, and Lily Olsen. A very good lineup of amazing kids across the male and female division. We also had 6 more, I want to say. No, I counted wrong. 7 more compete and get their spot on the placement course. And now they are all going to be running the challenge course. Travis, what are you thinking coming into challenge?
Well, I'm excited, Billy. A lot of times we don't see, especially in this kids division, many clears in that placement course, but we saw several from both male and female, and you know that these kids are strong. And this challenge course, as is always the case, is going to be very, very difficult. Much different style, of course, not so speed based like the placement course. It's going to be a lot longer, going to be a lot more grueling, really going to test these kids' ninja skills all around, from strength to muscular endurance to balance. It's going to be super exciting, and I can't wait to see what they do.
It's going to be a very wild ride. All of these competitors taking a look through the challenge course. It's going to be a very, very fun time. From Billy Dixon and Travis Rosen, we will see you in a minute when the challenge course is all set and good. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World Ninja League Premier Series Season 3 qualifier out here in Kingston, Massachusetts at Ascend Obstacle Training. My name is Billy Dixon, and I am joined alongside Ninja legend Travis Rosen, and we just wrapped up the placement course for the kids division, and we're coming into the challenge course now with a lot to expect.
Yeah, definitely, Billy. It was an exciting placement course round. Lots of buzzers hit, a lot of very fast runs, but now it's the challenge course. You know it's going to be a lot longer course. It's going to be very, very difficult. It's going to really test these athletes' preparation and training, their strength and muscular endurance, not to mention balance, most likely. It's going to be an exciting course. I can't wait to see what these designers have in store for us. There we have right now the leaderboard for the females. It's very exciting. We have some of the top ranked male and female competitors in this kids division. For the females, we've got Justine Simard, and she has the very last run order. You can't even see, or actually do see her there in the 11th spot. So she had the fastest time in the placement course, which gives her the last run spot, which is super, super helpful and advantageous for an athlete because, again, you get to see what has worked, what hasn't worked for the competitors before you, and you also know who has gone the furthest, the fastest, so you know what time or obstacle you have to beat. And you know, even for the male competitors who they still have a little while before they run, they're going to be watching how these females start off the course because, again, challenge courses are known to be so hard. A lot of times you might not even see a clear. You might even make it through a whole weekend of ninja action, all the different age groups and divisions with no clear. So it's going to be exciting to see if we get any clears. You know, the males are going to want to hit the buzzer, but I know these females, they are coming out ready to show their stuff. And again, you've got the top 4 spots moving on to the finals in Modus at the end of the season. So, you know, everybody is coming out with their A game. This is going to be an exciting, exciting course, Billy.
Indeed, it is. It's going to be a very hyped time for all of the competitors that we have here. We have 25 kid athletes out here that are going to be running shortly. We're going to be starting out with our first competitor in just a moment. It's going to be quite the crazy ride out here, and I'm excited to see how things
We're
go
still waiting
for
just a
all of
little
them.
bit for the start of this course. We're going to be starting off with Ellie Stickney, and again, it's a tough spot as we mentioned during the placement course. Being in that first place run spot, nobody has gone yet. Everybody's watching to see how you do, and you kind of have to blaze the trail, but it does not mean it's impossible. We've seen it time and time again where the first place runner goes out and either hits a buzzer or does an incredible job showing everybody just how many of the obstacles can be done even if they don't finish the course. So I hope Ellie can come out and do a great job. And it's just tough waiting. You've got those butterflies and some nerves running. But again, that's why it's so nice having a placement course because most of those nerves, that nervous energy, can be eliminated through that portion of the competition. So now when they do this challenge course, they're just really ready to focus and dial in and show what they can do.
Indeed, so it's going to be a very, very good ride out here. We're going to be getting a demonstration of the challenge course, which we're going to be seeing in just a moment, which I'm excited to see. In the past couple of competitions, we have had very long and endurance-heavy challenge courses, and that is going to be no different today. We have got 10 amazing obstacles out here. We've had 12 the past 2 weekends, but we're going to be slowing it down a little bit with 10 obstacles, so hopefully we get a couple of clears coming through. We're going to start out with the base drop on the challenge course out here. We remember we do have our lives intact as well. A couple of Bosu ball holds as well. Fidget Frenzy being next up, moving through a couple of fidget holds. Now then, Surf's Up, an incredible song by the Beach Boys as we go ahead and do a very, very good little agility obstacle. Then the pipe slider coming in, which just seems to be a little bar slider going through. You can definitely have a bit of time save on that one. Then Crank It Up. We've seen Crank It Up on the latest season of the American Ninja TV show, and I'm excited to see how these kids are going to come through with it now. Now then, the Sky Hook Speed Bump. Ooh, this is interesting. You have to kind of bump your Skyhook moves away coming along now, and I'm very excited to see how things go with that. The high note is next up. Ooh, we could see a nice little save there from our tester, locking off and getting up to that trapeze. Nice, nice, nice. Our next obstacle will be the spin move. Ooh, that is very techy. I love that. That is crazy work. Now then, as we come through to the free fall bar, this is essentially a flying bar, it looks like. Into a little locked-in bar right there, which is great. And then max out is our final obstacle. You start out running up that little step onto that cliff, and a massive trapeze to a flywheel, and 2 little cliff holds, which you then must grab onto a little T-ledge or a bowl, and then that is your challenge course. This is going to be a very interesting outcome for all 25 of our kid competitors.
Yeah, Billy, that is a very difficult course, and you never know exactly what the course designers are going to come up with, and a lot of times there are changes made for the different divisions and age groups, but for this kids division, this is super, super difficult in my opinion. There's going to be a lot of strength required and a lot of technique and precision required. This is really going to show who has put in the training, because again, you've got to have a lot of strength, and especially with some of the smaller wingspans of some of these kids, it's going to be really, really difficult to even make some of these grabs. So I'm really curious to see how these kids handle this course, but if they could get it clear, I'm going to be so, so happy.
I will be a very happy man as well. And we're now moving on to our first kid female challenge course runner, and by extension, our first challenge course runner of the weekend. Ellie Stickney had an unfortunate slip up on the placement course earlier on in the competition, and hopefully she can get the redemption she wants when it comes onto this challenge course. She's chalking up, getting ready to go on the base drop.
You like to hear or see the coach giving advice, kind of try to keep the athlete from getting a little too anxious or too nervous. And she looks like she is focused and dialed in. And I'd love to see her as the first runner on this challenge course just come out and crush it. But again, there are some retries in this round, so that can also be a bit of a calming aspect for these athletes. They know, hey, if I do mess up, I do get a retry. So that should help. We'll see how Ellie does.
It's going to be a very exciting outcome no matter the result. Setting down the foundation. She had to do this for the placement course, and now she's going to have to do it again for the challenge course. Ellie coming out of Strive Ninja Fitness, getting iced a little bit. We're just fixing an obstacle, but we should be good in just a moment. Here we go. I think we should be ready to go in just a sec. Hoping everything is all ready and good to go for our kids on the challenge course. Just checking through in her mind that she is mentally prepared for this intense obstacle course. Got the coach on the side ready for chalking up at a moment's notice. Hoping everything is all well and good. And here we go. We are going to be starting out now. The beeps are going off, and she's off. 3-minute time limit on this challenge course. She's coming through onto the fidget frenzy right here. She's locking off, it looks like, Travis, trying to gauge a bit of momentum, utilizing 2 holes.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if that works for her. Those who are watching, oh, looks like she's a little stuck. Locking
Okay,
off is what we refer to as kind of a pull-up position. Um, Sometimes even with a one arm, and oh, she just fell there.
that is going to be a retry in progression right here for Ellie Stickney. 2-minute 20. Gonna have to get a lot of momentum as she's coming into the fidget spinner. Gonna try and do it wingnut style, it looks like.
Yeah, this is really proving to be a difficult course. You can see right here Ellie getting really stuck and caught up on just the second obstacle.
Ooh, reaches out there, gets redemption. But now with time ticking, she's utilized the full minute on these first two obstacles. If she wants to get further into the course, she's going to have to move a bit faster throughout the fidget frenzy, but she's been hanging for a while, which might be taxing on her grip and energy. But she swings down and gets through it. Now coming into Surf's Up.
Yeah, she did do a really good job of sticking with that. I bet you she was getting really tired, but oh, she fell down there.
No, just misplaces her footing there. That's both of her retries gone now. She's going to have to move on through this course without any errors. Here she goes. Going to take an extra careful approach now. And clears it. There we go. Now she is out of retry. She's going to have to be flawless coming through these next few obstacles.
Yeah, she did a good job making the necessary corrections. It does look like she has a shoelace untied. I will say I've broken many a bone in my time. The very first was from tripping on my shoelaces.
Ouch. That was an unfortunate event. Now then, 50 seconds. Ellie Stickney trying her best to get that pipe sliding on the pipe slider. And her grip just gives out. Unfortunate end there, but she displayed a lot of perseverance there. Tried her best to get through the obstacles no matter how long it took for her.
Yeah, she really did show a lot of fight, Billy. Like you said on that fidget frenzy, she was up there just so long that you know it was wearing out her grip strength. And so I think she was just getting too tired and unfortunately ran out of gas.
Let's see if our next kids female competitor, Addison Frost, is able to surpass that agenda that was just displayed. And hopefully she makes it further into the course and gets one of those top positions for Motus's finals later on in the season. And now she's going to have to try her best to swing on through these fidget spinners. She's another competitor who's going to try and get further ahead on that fidget spinner as a hold. 2-minute 40. Gets it. Very good. You can see her using those 90-degree type hand and arm placements, locking off and trying to get a bit more control in the air to try and even out her swing a little bit. But she's just there. She's trying her best. Gets it though. There we go. I'm going to move on to Surf's Up now.
Yeah, this is a really creative.
Seems like we can't.
Oh no. Yeah, it's
We're gonna have to use
deceptively.
one of those retries.
Yeah, Billy, she has to use her retry it here. This obstacle is deceptively difficult. It doesn't look too hard, but that's oh no, and she goes down.
Oh, that's unfortunate there. We cannot underestimate an agility obstacle like that, sadly. I think those first two boards might be the main culprit for these competitors, maybe. I'm not too sure. Right then, we are now going to be moving on to our next competitor. Third up on the challenge course going to be Cora Serhant.
Yeah, we'll see how Cora can do. Obviously, first two females have had some issues. You really have to be aggressive on that fidget frenzy and then obviously have really good balance on Surf's Up. We'll see how Cora can do. Right now, though, she's got a good pace, Billy.
She does have a very good pace. She knows what she's seen from our last two competitors. She wants to try and go faster than them. Here she goes, reaches out, expertise is on show. It looks like she's trying her best. These kids, biologically as well, don't have the biggest builds, so by using more than one hole on the fidget spinner, they're trying their best to utilize what they have. And she swings down to safety. Now then, Surf's Up. Okay, just gets an unfortunate slip up there on Surf's up. We're going to have to try our best the second time around, though. Foot orientation is got to be important. Keeping that balance. Nice strategy of kind of kicking it down. Now then, Cora Serhant, a minute ahead of Ellie to this point, has a large time save. Now she's going to have to use her body weight to kind of thrust forward that pipe and get it out of its position. But it doesn't seem to be budging for her. She's going to have to put in a lot more force, but it comes undone to her surprise, it looks like.
Yeah, Billy, this is one of those obstacles that, especially for this young age group, it is really difficult because you need to have the strength to pop that bar up, like you said, and get it to move. And when you don't weigh a whole lot, it's really, really challenging.
We can see her. She's got it moving now. She just doesn't want to try and get it uneven as much as it is now. She's trying her best to put it forward. You can see her coach trying his best to try and show her how to do things correctly, and it looks like it's working. She's trying her best. She's doing like pull after pull, push after push on each way. Here she goes and gets the dismount. Cora in first place so far. Now then, coming into our next obstacle, crank it up. These kids are gonna have to put in a lot of vertical momentum in order to get it going.
Yeah, she's showing a lot of strength right now, Billy. You know she's getting tired because there have been a lot of upper body obstacles so far, but she went right up that rope and she's making short work of this right here.
She is, and she's trying her best to get those cranks all well and good. Yes, there we go. She gets it all the way to the end. Now she just needs to make the lâché to the next hold, gets that nunchuck. Now just needs to get it to the next one and kind of turns around through. Yes, there we go. Hangs on to that rope and now just needs to ascend down, but with the clock ticking, no! Just misses that dismount. Cora did all that hard work on crank it up, and the dismount is what's going to get her. That is an unfortunate event, but puts her into first place so far.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Cora's run. She obviously had a few slip ups, but she always came back and she was looking strong. She was clearly going to time out, I would imagine, but she just slipped up on that dismount, but she still did really good. And I think a lot of ninjas were paying attention to her run and they're hoping to build on her success.
The first person who is wanting to do that right here is Autumn Yantoska, coming through out of Walpole, Massachusetts. She's going to be coming along through on this challenge course in just a minute. Here she goes. She's off and ready. 3 minutes are ticking down. Now then, she's seen all three of these guys, all three of these girls even, coming along through the fidget spinners out here and made it successfully. Hasn't been the fastest, but they have been doing what they can. We can see here Autumn trying her best to pull on through with as little holds as possible. And it seems to be working okay for her, even though she is a bit hung up at the minute. All she needs to do is reach out to that ring, and then she has the opportunity to even herself out, which she does. There we go.
And what's tricky, Billy, they come off of the, oh no,
Ooh.
this surf's up obstacle is really proving to be difficult. And it's one of these where you truly cannot rush it. And they want to go quick, but it's really hard to slow yourself down enough. But she made the proper adjustments and made it through the second time. So good job by Adam.
Here she goes. She's now going to be moving into the pipe slider. This gave both Ellie and Cora some trouble. So hopefully she's able to use what she's seen as evidence in how she can properly make her way through here. It's quite the difficult thing to try and do, especially if you are a kid, don't have a lot of body weight biologically, so you can't really put it to use on pipe slider. But Autumn makes it all the way to the end of the track without a problem here and gets the dismount and still has a retry left in the tank as she comes in to crank it up.
And I like her pace right now, Billy. She still has a minute and a half left. So while I'm not sure she'll be able to finish the course, she might, but she is definitely got a good pace going. And I think she can definitely get past this and hopefully many more. many more obstacles.
Here we go. Ooh, just lets go of that nunchuck. Now it's swaying. It might be a bit more difficult to reach out for it, but Autumn gets it, but just falls down. With a minute left, she's going to have to retry, crank it up.
Yeah, and you know, this is where she's going to have to really dig deep because I would imagine at this point her grip is definitely getting tired. And, you know, there's so many elements even on this obstacle alone. You have to climb the rope and then you have to do the cranks and then go to that nunchuck. And so it's really, really difficult and taxing on your grip strength. And so hopefully she's got enough left to get through this obstacle.
She's utilizing the strength that she has left very well here, but it looks like she's just going to run out of gas as she makes the reach up to that nunchuck. That's going to put Autumn in first place, but sadly is down and out now.
Yeah, that was still a really good run though by Autumn. I love seeing all these athletes if they get a bit hung up or have a unexpected mistake, they typically make the proper adjustments. We saw that by Autumn several times. Just unfortunately going to that last nunchuck, she didn't quite have the reach necessary, but good job by her. We'll see how Charlotte does right now.
Charlotte has been doing ninja since 2020 at a height of 4'2" and wingspan of 4'3". Hopefully she can use all of her attributes in the positive manner to get through some of these obstacles. She's 8 years old. She lives on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and just finished up the 3rd grade. And in the summer, she likes to go to the beach, hang out with her friends, go swimming, and eat watermelon. Good choices right there.
And she's looking pretty good right now. She's not being super aggressive, but she's also not getting caught up. And so we'll see if she can get through serve set.
Makes it through it first try. Lovely stuff there. Charlotte coming into the pipe slider without any retries used is a very good prospect right here. She's also the fastest up here to this point because of it.
And I like watching her have that mixed grip on this pipe slider that just helps give you a little bit better leverage of moving that bar. And oh, she made it through no problem.
Here she goes. She's pinching the rope to climb up it in order to get up to crank it up. 1:50 to this point. The fastest we've seen so far by quite a good margin right here. Now then, she needs to just pull up those back handles and get them into place, which she does. Now then, needs to just pull on through and get to both of these nunchucks. Here she goes, pulls on through. 1:25 as she jumps on down. Now she's in first place. She's gotten further than anyone so far. She's now coming into the sky hooks, or the sky hook speed bump even. Let's hope that it's not a speed bump for her. She has to open up these doors almost, but that by extension will also move those pegs away. Oh, but just has the ring ejected at a moment's notice. That was a shock fall there, Travis.
Yeah, definitely. She looked like she was in command of that obstacle and got the ring in the proper hook, but that's again just how difficult this is because she must have had a little too much backwards momentum and it inadvertently just pulled that ring right out.
Here she goes, gets it this time though, and now she's coming into the 7th obstacle with 40 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be the high note. Gets the grab though. Ooh, nice one-handed save there. We can see her kind of whiff the ring and then get a nice little save. Oh, just over 20 seconds. She's going to have to get up to that trapeze again and get a massive backswing in order to generate enough momentum. She's trying her best to get it through. You can see here, Travis, she's trying to get up and gets it.
Yeah, seriously, that is so impressive. I thought she was maybe gassing out. She made that obstacle. That was great.
But time is just going to run out as she moves into the spin move with the canes. That is a very solid run there. Absolutely incredible stuff there from Charlotte.
Yeah, she did really, really good. Obviously, she had that slip up on that first ring, but right here, she had an incredible save and then that massive grab that looked like might be a little out of her reach, but she was able to hold on and finish that obstacle just in the nick of time.
We are now moving on into our final 6 female kids competitors out here of the day at Ascend Obstacle Training's challenge course. And someone coming out of Ascend right here is going to be Adeline Maida, being
And
coached
we
by
haven't actually
Gavin Obi
talked,
on the sideline.
yeah, Billy, we haven't talked about it today, but whenever you have that home field advantage, it's so helpful. So if the competition is at your gym where you train, you know the facility, you know the course, and it can just help you that much more. So we'll see how Adeline does.
Here we go. Adeline coming through now. Didn't even use the little arm holds on the base drop and came through Fidget Frenzy at a very good time here. She's actually 11 seconds ahead of Charlotte to this point and is moving through each of the surfs up feet holds incredibly fast. Now, how's she going to fare on Pipe Slider? We've seen a couple problems arise from this obstacle today. Hopefully she can pull on through. She's trying to get an even thrust on each side, but it seems like all of the competitors that have attempted it have gotten through it by going one side at a time.
Yeah, and as you can see, Adeline looks to be a little bit on the smaller side. Oh,
Ooh!
and she falls down. See, she really has to be aggressive with almost jerking that bar to get it going, and oh, it just proved to be a little too much, and her grip gave out on her. Hopefully, she can get it on try number 2.
You can see they're trying to roll it out of place, which has actually worked for her. We could see Gavin try and help her out with that, and it seems to be working. She's trying her best to try and orientate it. Her hips need to be forward at a moment's notice. Trying her best to push it forward, but it seems like the pipe is stuck. Not anymore. She's trying her best bit by bit to try and get further down the track. She's coming increasingly close to that platform.
Yeah, again, with her size, it's a little tricky. I think I'd like to see her arms maybe a little wider. That might be able to help that bar move a little more, but she made it.
You could see there, tried to dismount even though she had quite a bit of ways to go on that track. But regardless, she's going to be moving along through 1 minute 10 left on the clock now. She's in third place currently, but has the opportunity to get into second and maybe first if she's able to get through Crank It Up first try.
Yeah, this is where we're going to see Billy. If, oh, that is a big reach, especially for some of the smaller athletes. So she does have this last retry. If she falls here, though, her run is done. So you know she's going to have some pressure on her, but sometimes that pressure can really help an athlete rise to the occasion. So hopefully Adeline can get it right here, but she's going to need a really big reach to get to that nunchuck.
Here she goes. 40 seconds left on the clock. She really needs to use every ounce of energy she's got in order to reach out for these nunchucks. Having a vertical grip like this so late in the course can be taxing. You can see her. She's just dangling by it right now. Does she have enough energy to pull on through? With 25 seconds, she needs to dismount on that rope and just loses grip. And that is going to be it for Adeline, sadly.
She did so good, but in the end, she just ran out of grip strength. I think that pipe slider might have taken a bit more out of her than she was expecting, but she did a really good job. Almost made it through that obstacle there, but the rope took her out at the end. But really good job still from Adeline.
Now then, coming into one of the greats of the kid female division, Julia Testani, as we kick off the final 5 of this challenge course out here. She's moving along through a very solid pace right here as well, Travis. She does not want to be wasting any time. She wants to get deep into this course, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. She's got a lot of speed. It's going to be interesting to see how she changes it up going into this surfs up obstacle. No problem.
Very good. Now then, Julia coming into the pipe slider now with the fastest time so far. She's trying to loosen it up before getting on, which is a wise strategy to try and push off almost, and it was working for her. You can see her, she's locking off. She's using a lot of force, and Julia, that's the cleanest we've seen off of the pipe slider.
Yeah, definitely. She was doing so well on that. Very pro move to get that pipe moving before she even left the platform, but then definitely enough strength and momentum to make it through that easily.
Now then, she's coming through these nunchucks and the rope to dismount. Clean stuff. There we go. Now then, just under 2 minutes. She's 32 seconds ahead of Charlotte LaFrance to this point as well. So how's she going to fare when it comes to skyhook speed bump? Gets underneath that little barrier and doesn't turn around the hooks at all. She's very, very capable of getting one of these faster times. Maybe a clear. She's nearly a minute ahead of Charlotte to this point. So she just needs to
Yeah,
clear this obstacle and then she'll be in first.
yeah, she is truly. Oh, I
Ooh!
spoke too soon. I was saying she's crushing this course, but then she went down right there. It looks like she needs to get those hands on these holds just a little faster to help absorb her body weight as she comes down. I think she'll get it on the second try, though, Billy.
I think the way she'll do that is getting a bit more height in the hips. And yes, there we go. We had a bit more reaction time to the hold. Oh, we saw another ring whiff. But we had it. We had a great save there from Julia Testani. Now she's locking off, gets that trapeze. Now has just got to get onto that next bar and descend on downward, kind of the opposite of the gym name if you think about it, and get down to the platform. And just like that, Julia is in first place.
Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. But of course, now she is the one. Oh, and that was just too far of a jump.
Looks like it. Now Julia gonna have to use her final retry on this course now on the spin move. Gets the cane, needs to... Oh, that... Okay, right. That is a very difficult jump for a kid to make. It seems like you need to jump out, but also have enough forward momentum to hook in the cane, which is very difficult for these guys.
Yeah, I think that is going to be potentially the make or break obstacle for this female division because, like you said, for this kids age group, that is a big jump and very technical how you have to be with that cane. So that might be the obstacle that is, if you can make it there the fastest, you will make it to the finals. We might see some people get past that, but I think that's going to be a pretty big challenge.
It is quite the telling story throughout the grand scheme of this challenge course as Lily Olsen now comes on. Also important to note that after this run, we will now confirm one qualifier for Premier Series finals at a time. As we are now in the final 4 runners of our division, we'll be able to tell at least one competitor who is going to be qualifying based off of the process of elimination out here. Now then, Lily eyeing up Surf's Up. Gets a good orientation on those little flippers. And now she's able to move on to the pipe slider without any retries used. She's trying her best to force that pipe forward. She's using all her might, and it's working sometimes, but sometimes it isn't.
It looks like she's getting a little stuck there. Good dismount. She's a little on the smaller side for some of the competitors, but she didn't seem like that mattered whatsoever on that pipe slider for her. She was very strong, very smooth. That was some good stuff by Lily.
Moving along through Crank It Up now without a problem. It looks like she's just brachiating through the nunchucks and the rope. And with a minute 35, she's coming into Skyhook speed bump now. Ooh, tried to hook in that Skyhook. Now just needs to... Okay, she's left it there. Now just needs to do the hard job of reaching out underneath those barriers. And she gets it by lashaying to it, basically. And she dismounts with ease. Lily Olsen coming into the high note now. We just saw Julia Testani not go out on this obstacle, but have to use a retry. So hopefully Lily is able to avenge her almost and get this music note first try. Ooh, had the grab there, Travis, but just couldn't hold on there. We saw one side kind of go crooked.
Yeah, I think that those holds, again, they're deceptively high, and these athletes need to get a really, really big swing and a lot of height to be able to adequately grab. But she made the adjustment. Good job.
Not a problem at all. Second time around, the third ring whip in a row. We've seen 3 of them. That's insane. Is that like the beta or something? It's mad. Now then, 28 seconds as she dismounts down. Doesn't need the truss to get forward. And with that, Julia Testani is locked in for Motus. Lily just now needs to... Oh, okay. This is a very difficult obstacle to try and get. You need to unhook the cane from its little holder almost. Jump up, get it. Oh my goodness me. I can't see how that's feasible. Looks
Yeah,
impossible
that
almost.
it really does look so hard. Here, though, we see Lily doing a great job earlier on in the course. Some close calls, but this last obstacle right there, that is going to be tricky because it looks like holding or grabbing those boards with your hands is out of play. So you need to have incredible balance, but yet be able to get a huge jump with that cane. And oh, this is going to be really, really tricky.
It will be. But with our final 3 kids female competitors coming through now, starting with Emma Sheba, it's going to be quite the ride. Coming out of Vermont Ninja Warrior, height of 4'5", 64 pounds, as she's been doing ninja since 2023. And I'm excited to see how she's going to be able to do everything. Emma has always been motivated to keep up with her big brother, and Ninja is no different. She has watched from afar until she was old enough to join the beginner classes. She was an immediate bright spot in her age group and has come to realize her bounty of potential through her successes in Ninja. She's not only succeeding in Ninja, but also in school. She's been recognized for her positive contributions to her 3rd grade this year, whilst taking on additional challenges in literature and maths. She has appeared on the local news to present the weather and share more about the solar system. So one of our famous ninjas out here in the kids female division. And she's going to have to take a retry coming into surfs up. And fares very well there on the second try. When she's not doing ninja, she loves playing basketball and participating in track and field. She was also the 1st place finisher in the summer track program in the long jump, beating all kids, boys and girls in her age group. And she is also the avid gamer who likes to yell at her friends in Roblox, Minecraft, and Gorilla Tag on her Oculus Quest 2. And now coming in to crank it up, let's see if she can crank out a win on this obstacle and by extension the rest of the course. She's looking okay so far, Travis, coming through the crank it up with quite a good time.
Yeah, she is, Billy. She took a little while on the fidget frenzy, but I think she is settled in now and she has kind of discovered the pace that she wants. And you see her there expertly kind of shaking out her hands and her arms because at this point, you know, that lactic acid is starting to build up. She's starting to get tired, but she's handling it well. Let's see how she gets this sky hook.
She places it in the hook first off, so she can just kind of pop on through to it. That seems to be the beta amongst the competitors field, which isn't the worst thing in the world, actually. And she dismounts, and now she's coming into the high note. Is she going to be the first competitor to get through this obstacle without having to use any retries? And it looks like she gets the grab first try. We can see she's grabbed onto both of the cliff holds. How many one-handed saves are we going to get on this ring today? It's amazing.
Yeah, again, it just goes to show how difficult this is. And sometimes from the vantage point that we have watching on the video or people watching from home, you just can't quite tell how difficult the grab is, but it clearly is very difficult as everybody is doing it one-handed, whether they mean to or not. But now, the obstacle that has been so difficult for everybody, we'll see how Emma can handle this.
It's a really weird thing because there is absolutely no space for you to like look back or lean back because there's a wall obstructing it. And almost trying to get a straight horizontal jump is no easy feat. And it looks like you can't use your hands on the walls either, which is very difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's so difficult. Like we were saying before she ran, that might be the obstacle that determines everybody who makes it to the finals or their final placement. So, very, very good run, though, from Emma. I was really impressed with that. She showed a lot of poise and strength and experience.
Here she goes now. We're going to be having our final two competitors on the challenge course now in the kids female division, starting out with Kenley Gary. I want to say she was also one of our clears on the placement course, so I'm hoping she can pull out another clear on our challenge course out here. Started Ninja 5 years ago. Her favorite ninja is Electric Enzo, which is great. We love seeing Enzo out here commentating in the booth. We'll see him tomorrow for the elites on the commentary booth. And when Kenley is not practicing ninja at her gym, she enjoys scootering, coloring, and spending time with her family. And this is her third season competing in ninja.
Yeah, and right now, Kenley, she is in a unique situation, being the second to the end competitor. She has to decide, how am I going to run this course? Because if she gets to that cane obstacle, the skyhook, faster than others, she could come up with the first place. But she might also want to try to conserve her energy, and so it's a tricky situation she's in. She has options, though. That's one of the great things with being one of the last competitors. But right now, she is crushing this course, Billy.
Indeed, she is. With 2 minutes, she's gotten here with the fastest time coming into the skyhooks moves. We've already had Julia and Emma qualify for the Motus Championships in November. Let's see if Kenley can join them. She's looking like she can, as through Skyhook speed bump, she's not having a problem at all. 1 minute 40. Now she's coming into the high note. Can she hit the high note here today? Looks like she's going for only one cliff. Will this work, or will it just kind of tip over? It's going to be an interesting outcome for Kenley. Ooh, yeah, I think it's going to tip over. Now she's going to give it a second try. She's going to opt for going for the regular route of it now.
Yeah, sometimes, Billy, when somebody tries a new technique, it can be just this whole new way that
Ooh,
athletes see.
wow!
Oh,
Hello! She's got the
that is
backside of it. And also, oh my goodness me, that's a lot of information to take in just there. Oh my goodness me. And just like that, Kenley is going to dismount and qualify for Motus's finals in first place so far. Now she's coming into the cane move that no one has gotten yet. Okay, she's taking a slower approach. Grabs the cane. She's trying her best to jump up. Yes! There we go! Kenley is the first person to hook the cane into the hole. Now then, just needs that dismount, which she gets. Now then, new territory unlocked, but with 15 seconds left. How's she gonna fare on this flying bar? She's gonna chalk up. Get ready for it, Travis. It's gonna be an exciting one.
Yeah, this is going to be tight right here. She might be able to get it. She has to go right now, though.
She's taking a few extra backswings. Gonna use one hand to get a reverse catch on that bar, but it seems like time is gonna run out. And Kenley has just opened up the floodgates for the rest of the kids division. A new beta unlocked for that cane move using both feet on both platforms. Now then, all that being said, this puts Lily Olsen on the bubble right now. If our final competitor, Justine B. Simard, is able to get the top spot or any of the top 4 spots, Lily will be knocked out and Justine will take her spot at Motus.
Well, I do think if anybody could do that, it is Justine. We've seen how strong she is. She completely dominated on the placement course. Again, she has that #1 power ranking. I'm so excited to see how she handles this course, and especially watching the new technique unlocked by Kenley on that last run. I really want to see how Justine does, and we still might see a course clear right here from the females.
It's definitely possible with that new cane beta unlocked. And here we go, our lone Canadian representative in the kids division coming through, representing Iberville, Quebec. And now she's coming along into Surf's Up. Here we go, knocking down those paddles and easily makes her way through. Now the pipe slider. How's she going to fare with her weight distribution? She's locking off. Even pump. She has a lot here. She's kind of putting her chest forward as well. Locking off to control it on each side too, which is lovely to see. Now with 2 minutes 26 on the clock. She's 6 seconds ahead of Kenley to this point. And now crank it up beckons.
Yeah, I think this is a really exciting run right here because you know she is keeping that clock in the back of her mind. She knows that Kenley put in a really solid run, and I think we're going to see an exciting finish here.
It's definitely possible. We can see her. She's inserted the skyhook into the hook there. Now then, links everything. They're pulling back when necessary. 13.5 seconds ahead of Kenley to this point too. How's she going to hit the high note here? Oh my goodness me! That is a beta break and a half, Travis. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was so unexpected. She had a big swing, but she completely skipped those holds that we've seen every other competitor go to and went right for the ring. And let's see if she can do the same technique as Kenley, and she does.
Yes! There we go. Justine has now cemented herself into the Motus finals. And with that, Justine, Kenley, Julia, and Emma are locked in. But now, with a minute left on the clock and 2 obstacles to go, Justine has to lock in now to try and get through the first of the 2 uncleared obstacles, the first being the flying bar.
Yeah, and I would imagine she knows that she's got first place locked in, but you know that she wants to clear this course if at all possible. So she's going to give it her best right here, and we'll see. This is exciting.
You can see here she's hopped the bar up onto that blue step, and now she looks like she needs to get it over. Ooh, missed the head. Okay. Retry enabled, but with 34 seconds left, it's going to be a tight one. If she took the same approach again, she's going to have to take less backswings if she wants to clear it.
Yeah, definitely. As we've said with this division, some of these obstacles are so tricky for the size of these kids, and this one is no different. This is probably the most difficult for the size of these athletes. So we'll see if she can get it though right here. She's still looking like she's got a lot of strength left, Billy.
Indeed so. Powers through, and with 10 seconds left, she's going to try her best to lachey to this second bar, but it's PVC and it slips, unfortunately. Actually, no, I don't think it's PVC. It just kind of rolled out. But Justine, absolutely immense run right there. The beta break on the high note was insane. Look at that. That's opened up a lot of beta for the kids male division. So I'm excited
For
to see
sure,
how
Billy.
that goes.
Definitely.
Oh
I
my
hope
goodness.
I hope those males were paying attention because she was basically putting on a clinic of how to run this course. She just fell a little short. There's such a difficult obstacle at the end, that bar spinning. Oh, that was such a great run though.
Now then, Derek Saraceno out of Hamden Ninja Academy is going to be coming into Ascend's training challenge course next up. Our first competitor out of the kids male division. His favorite obstacle is the TikTok. That's actually contrary because my least favorite obstacle is the TikTok. I hate doing them. He's qualified for Premier Series in 2025. He's been doing Ninja for 1.5 years. Trains at Hamden Ninja Academy. He's coached by Tom Alberti. His favorite things include frogs, chocolate, and the color green. Lovely stuff. Trains karate, plays piano and trumpet too, hoping to hit those high notes later on in the course on the high note. And his brother Joshua in the mature kids division and sister Alexa in the teen division both compete as well. Now Derek had no problems on the first 3 obstacles. How is he going to fare on pipe slider?
Yeah, well, I think so far he has shown a lot of aggressiveness. To my surprise, even, I wasn't expecting him to come out so quick out of the gates, but he is a very aggressive athlete, you can see, and I think he's even close enough to dismount. Yes, he's got it.
Now then, he's going to come in to crank it up. Pinching the rope to climb it up it. Now then, 2 minutes are going to be coming in now to crank it up. Shifts along through. You can see he's having a bit of a problem hooking it over, but he gets it this time. Just under 2 minutes as he comes into these cone-like holds. Is now going to start climbing down this rope. Controlling it very well. Now he's coming into the skyhook speed bump. Unlocked the peg for him. Now just needs to lachey over to it, which he gets. Reaches out. Now just needs to control a pullback. And gets it this time. Very well done. 1 minute 10. Now he plays trumpet and piano. Let's see if he can hit the high notes on the high note out here. We've just seen a massive skip out here. And it looks like Derek is building up enough power to gear for it. But no, he's going to try and do it the intended way, but just misses it. He's going to have to give it another try.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting to know how he was going to go about this obstacle, if he was going to do it the way we just saw Justine do, or go the intended way like you said, and he still did not quite get that grab. He needs to get a little more height, a little more pop off that bar. We'll see if he gets it right here on try number 2.
He's very high up now. Gets the skip! There we go, Derek Saraceno pulling along through the trapeze. Amazing skip there. Doesn't even need the high note. He's going all alto on this one. Lovely stuff. Now then, Derek. 20 seconds left, though. He's going to see if he can get through this cane move. That's going to be another fail there because he used his arms and hands on the boards. Derek really just needs to get in game with his mental side of things, and he gets the position needed. But now he just needs to lean back. Tried it the intended way, but he just barely went backwards a bit too much and couldn't get it locked in. But still a great way to start off the kids' male division.
Yeah, it really was. We saw a huge move right there on try number 2, going straight to that ring, but then not quite sure why he didn't do it the way the females who made it through that obstacle right there with the hook did, and just came up a little short. But still, like you said, great way to start off our male division.
Now then, coming into our next competitor, Colin Opel, next up on the challenge course for the kids' male division at Sen today, coming out of Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Getting iced a little bit, just stretching out, making sure everything is all ready to go on the challenge course. Now then, Colin, the beeps are starting for him, and he's off and ready to go. Massive jump as he comes along through those Bosu balls, and now the fidget frenzy without a... Ooh, he's having a bit of a problem, actually. He's getting a bit hung up here. Gonna give it another try. Yes, 2 minutes 40. Yes, very nice.
Yeah, he's looking really good. He's looking good, Billy. He's looking very calm. He has a patient
That's the smoothest
pace
we've seen.
Yeah, he almost made that whole pipe slider in one move. We haven't seen that yet.
Colin is moving very smoothly at the minute, it looks like. Let's see how his pace is going to carry on now. 2 minutes 5. As he's making his way over to the end of Crank It Up here. Travis is trying his best. We haven't seen any major faults out of him so far, bar a tiny slip up on Fidget Frenzy, but now he's chalking up, ready to go for Skyhook Speed Bump.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get this as smoothly as some of the female competitors did. Oh, he's getting a little caught up.
Nice little lachey there. He's unlocked the peg for himself. At 1 minute 30, he's now coming into the high note. Are we going to see another skip? A lot of power is needed for it and a lot of height. We can see all of our kids have barely made it who have gone for it, but Colin's going to go the intended route and take another swing off of the note and gets the ring first try.
Yeah, he's doing really good. He's still showing just a lot of poise. Like I said earlier, patience. I think he does need to probably try to get his pace going a little quicker if he wants to try to finish in the top 4, but we'll see how he handles this skyhook now.
Okay, he's going to have to retry it there. Use his hands on the first board. He had a solid idea, though. He knew his foot orientation was okay. Now he just needs to reach up to that cane, but he's having a bit of trouble. He needs to get his foot orientation all well and good. Now needs to concentrate and jump the correct time, but just tries to hook it in a bit too early. And that is going to put Colin on the board.
Yeah, that was a good run. I actually thought he was going to make that last jump and grab with the hook, but so close. But it just shows how tricky that obstacle is.
Now then, hoping to match such caliber and hopefully succeed in passing that cane obstacle is going to be Cillian Gerard. Just getting iced a little bit here, just making sure everything's reset and ready to go for him. We're starting to get into the ninjas. The on the placement course just started to run out of time near the end. So these guys know how to clear the obstacles, but it's just a case of doing them efficiently. Here we go, Cillian coming in through the fidget frenzy now. Very good stuff there on the fidgets frenzy. Now then, surfs up. Moving along through now. Boom, easy stuff there for Cillian. Now, how's his consistency going to fare coming into the pipe slider? He's locking off, trying to get a lot of chest pump coming in now, and it's working for him. Just inch by inch, basically, but it works very well. 2:05 as he's now coming in to crank it up.
Yeah, we're seeing a solid run by Cillian right now. We'll see how he handles this crank it up, though, because sometimes it can be a little bit of a time waster, but he's getting it pretty good. We'll see how he fares with these last cone holds.
Now he's moving along 1:40 as he just is starting to exit the obstacle. Now then the skyhooks. How is he going to fare? Reaching up to the first ring. Now has to reach up to the second one, take the first ring, and transfer it to the hook on the other side of those doors. He's just a bit hung up here. The ring still seems to be sliding out, trying to re-grip here. Make sure he's not using too much hand energy in one move. And he's got it! Ooh, just misses it there, Trav.
Yeah, he did. I'm surprised because some of these males are doing a little bit different technique than we saw from some of the top females. They had a very, very solid, smooth, and smart technique that they did, but some of these males are going about it a little differently. So I'm not sure if that's coming back to bite them or what, but it is proving to be difficult. This is a little more the right idea, I think, right here, Billy.
Yes, it is. Cillian got the grab. But with only 40 seconds left, he's going to have to motor through the high note if he wants to try and get one of those top positions. He spent a lot of time trying to get through the rings.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out for him right now because, as we've seen, this takes a lot of swing right here. So I hope he can even make it through this obstacle.
He got the first grab onto the quaver note. Now he just needs to reach on through and he gets it. Pulls back on the note for extra momentum, which is a good strategy, but with only 10 seconds left, Cillian's going to come into the cane tech with just only 3 seconds left, and it doesn't look like he's going to even attempt it. He might as well not at this point. That's going to be his result. It looks like Cillian Gerard attempts it anyway, but that's going to be it for him. Time runs out. Still a very solid run. Persevered through the skyhooks without a problem.
Yeah, he really did. He did a good job. He had a nice steady pace. I probably would have liked to see a little bit more speed coming out of him, but that again is where a ninja has to know their strategy, and maybe you're intentional in taking a little bit slower approach to help conserve energy, but you always have the clock ticking down, and that got the best of him there. But still a great job by Cillian. And like you said, we're coming into the portion of competitors who were either super close to finishing the placement course or even finishing it. So I'm excited to see. We're going to see some really good course runs here coming up right now.
Aiden Card coming out of USA Ninja Challenge. Aiden is in 3rd grade and might be a future sportscaster and or statistician. Might be seeing him here in the commentary booth possibly someday. We might have that. He pours over ninja run orders, times, obstacles, and who came in what place. I love that. When he's not organizing stats in his head, he loves to dance, play the piano and violin, and solve puzzles. So very mental game, very good. Dance requires a lot of physical body awareness, and that translates over to ninja very well. Now, how's he going to fare with his fancy footwork on Surf's Up? Gets it, no problem. 2 minutes and a half now as Aiden now comes into the pipe slider.
Yeah, so far, Billy, it looks he's running this run with a lot of intentionality, getting a little caught up there, but getting that bar off the starting spot, so that will help him a little bit. But still, this again another deceptive obstacle. It doesn't look like it should be super hard, but it is, and he's doing well though with the adversity that it's proving. It's showing him right now.
He's trying to lock off and get some power, but it seems like his hands are starting to feel the burn now after being held up on that pipe slider for a long time. Gonna try and give it another go here. Trying to roll it out to start. He's trying to loosen it up there, Travis. Nice technique. And it's working, it seems.
Yeah, and I will say one of the techniques that does seem to be really helpful with pipe sliders, if you can get your hands a little wider, you can get a little more control on that bar. Oh, but Aiden goes down.
That's going to be it for Aiden, it looks like. Unfortunate. Pipe sliders, they've been in the sport for a while. They've been here since the 90s, and they still trip up a lot of ninjas of all ages to this day, varying in skills. Always been quite a tricky one to conquer. So yeah, these kids definitely persevering to fight for it.
We've got Jericho now. He is Jericho's coming out with a sense of urgency right from the get-go. I like that.
He's trying his best on the fidget frenzy right here. 2 minutes 40. A bit hung up, but he's trying his best to persevere on through and pull back on that ring, and he gets it. Now then coming into Surf's Up. Ooh, just trips up there. That's going to have to count as a retry.
Yeah, again, we see that type of slip up all the time, Billy, where somebody just tries to go a little too fast, and I think they're a little mentally ahead of where their body is, and his foot just slipped right off as he was looking to the next foot placement, and there was an unfortunate use of a retry, but hopefully he doesn't need any more of those.
Here he goes. Now then, moved through the pipe slider with relative ease. Now Jericho is going to move on to crank it up with 2 minutes left. Pushing it along through. Gets that good arm height and pushes it out without a problem. Swings on down throughout the rope here. And he gets it. Now then, still a retry left in the bank for Jericho. Now he's got to move on, and he places the ring into the hook and jumps along accordingly. And dismounts. Easy stuff there. Now Jericho comes in to the high note. This has gotten quite a few people today. Made people lose a couple of retries. Now Jericho is going to have to move on. Is he going to take the skip? Looks like he's trying to build up enough momentum for it. But no, he's going to go for the note itself. And then prop on up. Ooh, just misses it. Tried to go one hand at a time, Travis.
Yeah, I was really surprised. He did such a good job on that first grab. I thought that the ring would be no problem, but again, it's kind of hard to see from this vantage point, but it is further out than it looks from here. So we'll see how he handles try number 2.
Does the same strategy again and it works for him. You need to move your arm immediately. It's almost a blur. Now then, Jericho, 40 seconds now, coming into the turnaround with the cane. Definitely not the easiest obstacle in the world. I think logistically it tests your mind quite a bit. Ooh, tried to balance on one leg there. That's going to put Jericho in second place and finish up his run. Still a very well done job there.
Yeah, he did really well. He had obviously a couple slip ups, but he came back, made the proper adjustments. It did really well. In the end, though, that spin move just proved to be a little too daunting and he got off balance. Really, really hard obstacle.
We have now moved on to the final 10 competitors, or we're in the final 9 now, it looks like. Rylan Brandt coming in as the first of that group. These were our top finishers on the placement course out here. These were Rylan was our second fastest non-finisher of the placement course, and he's moving along through now, wanting to redeem a bit of that speed that he unfortunately couldn't display on the placement course. But now he's going to move on. Got a bit hung up there on the fidget frenzy, but now coming into Surf's Up, he's going to have to try his best to control the pedals. Very good there. Pipe slider has been a nuisance all day for our competitors. Let's see if things can change for him. He's locking off and with a wide grip. You can see there, Travis, you mentioned earlier, having a wide grip on a pipe slider means more control, and that just amplified it.
Yeah, definitely. He did a really good job on the pipe slider there. Hopefully, just even being a little locked off like he did in that pull-up position won't tax his strength a little later on when he's really going to need it. But he's looking pretty in control at the moment, Billy.
Indeed, he is. Very in control as he's moving on to the skyhooks now without a retry having to be used. And he's just moving along without a problem so far. Tries to hook it in, but it just slips out. Maybe place it in and use the same swing tech that we've seen many of our competitors do. And he gets that, yes.
Yeah, he did a great job. Now we're just going to see, again, this has become the big question mark, this obstacle right here. Are you going to get a huge swing and skip those first holds going straight to the ring or play it safe? But he's playing. Oh!
Just misses it there.
Even sometimes when we've seen some of these athletes try to play it a little safe by going the intended route, it still winds up backfiring a little bit. So I'm curious, Billy, if just getting a huge swing and going for that ring is really the safer route.
It might be, but Rylan, unfortunately, wasn't able to gear enough momentum on that swing there, sadly, as that's going to put him into 5th place.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure he's pretty upset about that. He still had a really good course run. It again shows how deceptively difficult some of these obstacles are. He tried to go the more aggressive route that second try, but he needed a much bigger swing. So, he's going to keep training and he will come back another day even more ready to go.
Absolutely. That can be said for all of our ninjas as well that may not have qualified for the Motus finals throughout the season, as we now move on to someone who definitely is able to qualify, and that is going to be Sam Spigarolo coming out of Strive Ninja Fitness. He's coming through the Fidget Frenzy without too much of a problem so far. Getting a very nice dismount there. Ooh, nearly lost it coming forward on the first part of Surf's Up, but he's coming through now to the pipe slider. Let's see how his
Yeah,
approach and control is going to be.
he did a really good job of stopping his momentum just at the right time, making short work of the pipe slider, but going into that Surf's Up, he could have easily stepped off that first foot placement, but he was able to stop his momentum expertly. So that was a great job by Sam.
Here he is on Crank It Up as well. He's actually gotten here with the fastest time so far as well, and he's hoping to keep that pace up and alive to hopefully power along through the rest of these obstacles. But yep, he's completely fine, and he's going to chalk up and get ready for our next obstacle, the Skyhooks.
What I'd like to see, Billy, is some of these male competitors make this a little more smooth right here. Again, some of our female competitors were so seamless, but we've seen some slip-ups here from some of the males. So I'd like to see them kind of figure it out and get through a lot more effortlessly.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't really seen too many clean transitions from the Skyhook moves, but they've all been relatively fine in making it through. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that's just wasted a bit more time with them. Sam is gonna try and hit the high note now. With 1:05 left on the clock, how is he gonna fare? Gets the grab on the music note, and with one hand grabs on through. And now he's gonna be transferring his momentum into each bar that he sees to dismount as well.
Yeah, he's doing really good right now, Billy. We'll see if he can be the first male to get past this spin move right here.
Let's have a look. He's got 40 seconds. He hasn't used a retry yet, but just loses his balance and tips off to the right. How's he going to fare with this course now? 3. Oh, no! He's lost the cane. Is he going to be able to reach out? Oh, this is a sad time. Hold up. Nah, that's no chance. That's unfortunate there. I respect the effort of trying to go, but that is just unfortunate timing there from our boy Sam, sadly.
Yeah, it actually looked like just his momentum coming into that second foot placement sort of jostled what the cane was holding, or was holding the cane in, and it just made it fall. Oh, that is very unfortunate, like you said.
Okay, now then, moving on to our last 6, 7 competitors even. We have Will Lofeller coming in now. Coming out of Steel City Ninja. Height of 4'2", wingspan of the same, 53 pounds. Being a bit lighter might hinder him on obstacles where his weight matters, like the pipe slider and the flying bar, but we are going to see how he adapts it very shortly. Started Ninja in 2018. He enjoys geography, checkered flags, and smashing buzzers. He can tell you about almost every country's capital, bordering neighbors, and the flag. He works really hard. He does Ninja every day and loves cliffhangers.
Well, I'd definitely like to see him smash this buzzer, as we have not seen a course clear yet today.
Let's see how he can fare on the pipe slider. He's getting a wider grip in order to get his hands closer to the sliding area on the bar. Very solid dismount there too. Now then, 2 minutes 10. Now coming into the Crank It Up challenge out here. Utilizing the first hold. Now pushes it all the way forward. Will, definitely not the tallest fella we've seen all day, but he's utilizing what he's got insanely well.
Yeah, what I like from Will right now is he's making it look very effortless. And that is something that all the great ninjas can do because almost all of these obstacles are super tricky and difficult, Billy. But when somebody makes it look easy, you know that they are very well trained, strong, and just a very skilled ninja.
Absolutely so, and Will is definitely making his skills known out here. He's going to be getting chalked up and ready to go for this music note obstacle. 1 minute 15. Gets the wide grab on the note without a problem. And now he's got to come into that ring. Yes, very clean there. Going to try his best and almost coughing up to that trapeze. And with 1 minute left, he's going to be descending down and attempting the obstacle that none of our males have gotten past yet. And that'll be the cane move out here. The spin move. Oh, but he just misses it there. Tries to balance his way through. Now Will going to have to try it again. Oh, but the cane drops and so does he. Will, unfortunately, going out. This spin move is absolutely ruthless today.
Yeah, it really is difficult. Will was doing so good. He was on pace to go very deep into the course. Not sure if he would finish, but he was doing so well. But like you said, the spin move is so difficult. You have to be super specific. I mean, I think there's truly only one way to do it, and it's the way we saw a couple of our last females clear that obstacle. And if you don't do it that way, I don't know if it's possible, and unfortunately he went out on that obstacle. So that's too bad for Will. I know he should still feel really well about that run though, because he did a really good job.
Now then, coming into our next competitor, Julian Fritias. Coming in out of Vitality, Obstacle Fitness, has a very large showing in the Massachusetts area as well as Ascend. And now here he is coming into the course without a problem here. 2 minute 40 as he's able to get this pipe slider. And he's moving along through with quite a bit of control. It's almost like crisscrossing on each side, but he's still controlling it very well.
Yeah, Julian's doing a really, really good job. Very quick pace. And again, being a little bit maybe on the smaller side for some of our competitors today, it doesn't seem to be slowing him down whatsoever. He has so much strength right now, Billy.
He really does. He's showcasing it all to his fellow competitors. He's actually 10.5 seconds ahead of Colin to this point, who is our fastest competitor here. He's placed the ring in. You can see here, I see what you mean, Travis. Not many of our fellas here have had the cleanest transitions there, but I gotta respect that one-handed swing on the hook there. Not a problem at all for him.
Yeah, that was really good. I can't wait to see how Julian handles this, though. He has the aggression, the aggressiveness to go straight for the ring, but no, he goes for the holds. Might be the safer play, but let's see if he gets the ring.
He does get the ring without a problem here and reaches up to the trapeze effortlessly. And with 1 minute 20 on the clock now, he's going to descend down and get to the turnaround in the fastest time here. He's 25 seconds ahead of Colin as well. So how's his technique going to fare? He steps off of the wood, sadly. Now he's got to properly realign himself, ready to go again. Julian. He's a bit in no man's land at the minute. He's got okay balance, but nearly had it the intended way. You could see the tip of the cane kind of hit the hook, sadly, and that was so close there from Julian.
Yeah, it was a really good run. And at this point, I'm wondering how many of these males will even get past this point. So if we see a lot of other people of the remaining competitors fall there, I think Julian had a very fast run. So he could still potentially wind up in the top four.
It's definitely possible, especially with our final 5 competitors now just coming in. It's all going to depend, really, on how fast they get to that cane area. And now here we go. Logan Casel Caselica, there we go, is now coming into Fidget Frenzy with a very efficient pace right here. He's kind of pulling back on each move he's making, and it's doing him very good favors. The green hair as well, I gotta respect it. And now he's coming in to the pipe slider. Let's see if he's able to move on through. It seems like all of Gavin Obi's ninjas have been pulling out the pipe as fast as possible, kind of sliding it out of place so it moves slimmer, and it's working for him. Logan consistently making it through obstacles in the fastest time so far.
Yeah, and I love the little details, even going up on that rope instead of starting to climb right away, getting a really big jump up just to even save a little bit more of his upper body strength for the remaining obstacles.
Exactly so. Are we going to see our first clean ring move out here? He's getting a massive pullback to see if it works for him. Oh, and even with, I think with the doors, he kind of messed it up, but he's still moving through incredibly fast. Logan, 2 seconds ahead of Julian to this point. And how's he going to fare with the high note? Not a problem with that first hook. Yes, there we go. 1 minute 35 as he jumps up to that trapeze and now ascends down. Travis, we are in quite a good position right here for Logan. All comes down to how the turnaround treats him.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Billy. We've seen a lot of these athletes get to this obstacle with a lot of time. Oh, he made it.
Yes! There we go. Logan, without a problem, first try. He's got to keep composed now. He's got a minute left on the clock. How is he going to fare with the free fall bar first off?
Like you said, he is the first male to get to this point. So he hasn't seen anyone else do it other than a couple of the females earlier. So we'll see if he has the strength and the technique, Billy.
He's hopping that bar up to its little blue cradle. Now he has to make this flying bar move. His grip is quite thin there, and yeah, I think he's going to have to grab that bar a little bit wider to control each side of the bar getting into those cradles.
Yeah, definitely, Billy. Just like with the pipe slider, a little wider grip is so much more helpful because you can control the bar and you can even have a little bit more strength with the way you have to pop it up and into the next landing spot. So he's got his work cut out for him. The clock is ticking down, but he could still get past this obstacle maybe.
It's possible. No, just misses that left side. Just comes undone there. But Logan setting the foundation straight out here for our final 4 competitors. I think there is a very good chance he could move on to Motus if one of our final 4 kid males isn't able to make it through that cane move.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Billy. And as we've seen all day, that cane move is so difficult, even for those who get there with a lot of time on the clock. It's so difficult to make it past. So he has put himself in a great spot. So we'll see if Logan's time and placement stands for the last few runners that we have left.
Starting with our next runner, Avon Costello, we are now going to be looking at all of the athletes that can possibly move on to Motus's finals with our top 4. Avon is now going to lock either himself in or another one of our competitors. That other competitor being our last runner, Logan, seeing who at the minimum is able to move on.
Again, right out of the gates, we see a lot of aggressiveness, a very confident run from Avon, and almost slipped out right there, but again, expertly stopped his momentum, made it through no issues.
Still 2 minute 30 on the course now. Going to be utilizing the pipe slider to his advantage here. Going to take 1 backswing, presumably. Yep, easy stuff. Now the crank it up beckons here. Here we go. Avon coming through these holes now with no problem. 2 minutes 5. He's around the same pace as Logan here. I think a lot of time can be made up if you just get that first ring in. Oh no! Nearly had that perfect move, as you've been talking about, Travis, but almost had it just slipped out at the peg.
Yeah, he was so close. I really think the best way to do this is when you reach out with the ring, either go immediately right then, just like he did there.
Perfect stuff there from Avon. That is the technique we've been wanting to see out of one of our kid males here today, and we've gotten it. Avon has a lot of power. Is he going to go peg? No, he's going to go for straight away for the ring there. 1 minute 30 as he pops on down. And just like that, we've locked in at least Logan for the... Actually, no, we haven't yet. We are going to have Avon try his cane tech here and hooks it in. Avon Costello is going to try and move on through, but he's a bit stuck, but reels himself in. Now then, it's important to note that Avon did not get to the flying bar faster than Logan, so he's got to clear this obstacle if he wants at least a shot at moving on to Motus.
Well, he definitely has a lot of time, Billy. So if he's got the strength and the technique for this, he definitely can. Oh, but he will have to try a retry right here. But if he can still get past this obstacle, he will put himself ahead of Logan.
We could see the right-hand side of the bar just wasn't locking in there. He's going to take a bit of chalk and give it a second try. This is do or die for right now.
Yeah, you know he's got a lot of pressure because a spot in the finals is on the line, perhaps right here.
Gets the grab onto that bar. Now he just needs an immense amount of control, which he has for that first hop. Now he needs to make the second flying bar move. Out here with just over 20 seconds and doesn't have enough swing to pop on through. Avon super, super close there. Still an incredible run. Super well done.
Yeah, that was a really great run. I loved the aggressiveness on the sky hook. It went straight to that ring. Or actually, sorry, high note obstacle. But yeah, that flying bar wound up just being a little too much for him. It's a very difficult obstacle, but still great course run. Oh, good stuff. Well, here we are coming in to the last three competitors. Believe this is Colby Choquette. He was very aggressive, very dominant in the placement course. I'm excited to see what he can do here. He was not lacking for confidence. This is a good spot to be in. He knows what needs to be done, what time he needs to beat, and he has a lot of aggression going right now, or aggressiveness, I should say. Making his way through fidget spinner, now to surfs up.
We can see Colby coming in now without a problem. How's he going to fare with the pipe slider? Trying to loosen it out first off. Ooh, you can see he's forcefully getting it down there side by side without a problem. And he's through it. Now, he's going to be pinching the rope to climb up to that crank it up obstacle. With this, we can now confirm that Logan, in first place currently, will be moving on to Motus in the kids' male division. Can Colby join him?
Yeah, he's looking good right now, Billy. There's a few little extra moves here and there, so hopefully that won't come back to bite him in the end, but he's still looking like really, he's in a good spot right now.
He's in a very good position. We could see there. That's a pretty good move on the sky hooks there. Trying to unlock the doors and then take a secondary swing to make sure he's fine and then immediately gets off. That's not too bad. Colby now coming through, getting the grab on the music note, and now has to pop on through to that ring, which he's got. Now, in order for him to qualify for Motus, he needs to get to the flying bar faster than Avon in second place currently, which is quite the tough ask, but he should have the capabilities to do it. He's seen a couple of clears on this obstacle today from both the females and the males, so let's see if Colby's able to make it through here. Oh, but he's going to have to take a retry there. He used his hands on the first board. Going to have to try and rethink out his strategies. Oh, but he tried to lock in his further foot on the right side, but sadly, no avail. Sad there for Colby. Where's that going to put him on the leaderboard? It's going to be quite telling for him, depending on where he's at.
Yeah, it was still a good run from Colby. In the end, the same obstacle that has tripped up so many ninjas, the spin move got him, but very good run from Colby nonetheless.
Leo Bronov right here. This was our first competitor on the placement course, and he put up the second fastest time. One of the favorites to win it all for the kids division in the grand scheme. We could see the trust he has in his one-handed pop-throughs. Just wants to take it a bit more cautious on surf up. Makes it through easy. He's actually 2 seconds ahead of Logan to this point. Needs to force down that pipe slider, which he's got 10 seconds flat ahead. You could see he's just kind of maneuvering through without a problem. He's gliding fast.
Yeah, he's flying right now, Billy. I loved his technique on the pipe slider. Instead of pushing it out with his body, as we've seen some, he just jumped into it with speed, and that almost helped propel the bar through everything. And he is just so efficient and flawless right now.
Here we have Leo coming through now. 2 minutes 5. He's 25 seconds ahead. Ooh, tried to go for that skip. But I think if he makes it this time, he should be ahead of Logan to this point.
Yeah, this is where it is a tough decision for him. Does he play it safe or still try the big aggressive move straight? Okay, he played it safe.
Playing it safe is optimal for Leo at this point. Doesn't want to be making any silly mistakes this deep into the course, especially where things can get dire when it comes through to the results. Now with Leo in third place, he's locked himself in for finals. That just leaves Julian on the bubble right now. But Leo is going to have to utilize his second retry on the cane. Just needs to think through his way through the obstacle. Oh no, we had another drop situation, but it lands close to him and it's fine. And hooks in the cane. There we go. Leo Bronov knows he doesn't want to waste any time. He's going to have to lock in now without a problem to get through this flying bar at a good pace. That puts him into first place currently. It could stay that way.
I like what we're seeing from him right now. Oh, but he goes down.
No, but Leo, unfortunately, not going to be able to lock in that flying bar move and goes out there, but still cements himself into first or second place. He's guaranteed second. That was an incredible run right there. Super well done.
It really was, Billy, and you even saw he had a fortunate landing spot for that cane as it fell on the ground, but it was near him. He was able to still get it and continue on. By far, though, the most fast and efficient run we've seen so far.
The only person left who can outdo Leo at this point is Grayson Balzotti. Out here, coming out of Forte Fitness Center. It's going to be a close call for him. Coming out of Vitality, just making sure he's all ready to go out here and ready to go. He started Ninja when he was 4 years old. He loves designing his own courses and his own competitions on his rig at home. He also used to play basketball and golf, or likes to play basketball and golf even. Grayson coming in now. He knows that he really needs to put in an incredible performance if he wants both a qualifying spot and the win for the whole day.
Yeah, well, Billy, if anybody can do that, it is Grayson. As we said earlier, he comes in with a #1 power ranking. He has the skill and he has the expertise, and right now he is on excellent pace.
Exactly, with 2 minutes 20 as he is exiting Crank It Up. He definitely has a lot of potential to get through this course without a problem. And there we go. That is the cleanest ring move we've seen all day, counting both divisions. And now he's
Yeah.
just got to put in a lot of power for the music note, which he does very well, just under 2 minutes. He's not even the fastest time up to this point, which really goes to show the competition that he is up against. And just like that, Grayson has knocked out Julian as the final spot for the Motus Finals. He just wants to go that extra mile and get the buzzer. Now just needs to drag himself in for that flying bar. He hasn't used any of his retries yet, so he's going to have to lock in. He has retries available on both the obstacles if he were to get through them both, which he definitely has the potential to do.
Yeah, Grayson is really putting on a clinic right now. And if anybody can get through this obstacle, I think it is him. He will need a lot of precision, though. And so far, so good, Billy.
Exactly. He's got that first move. Gets the second move as well. Grayson Balzotti, the only person in the kids division to make it to the final obstacle. How is he going to fare? We made it to the final on the max out with a minute left and no retries used yet. He's gotten to the fly lâché, the hopscotch move, and there we go. Coming along on the bowl and dismounts down Grayson Balzotti, the only buzzer of the kids division on the challenge course. Absolutely insane work from him. Absolutely insane. Lovely.
Yeah, insane indeed. What a treat for the last runner of the day to get the buzzer with so much time to spare and not even using any retries. That was absolute ninja mastery from Grayson Balzotti right there. Well-deserved first place run.
That was immense work from our final elite, not elite, he basically should be elite at this point with a run like that. He didn't even react that much. He was just happy. He didn't even show that he was happy. That's just an average day for our boy Grayson Balzotti right there. And with that, we have our final 4 competitors in the kids division for Ascend Obstacle Training's qualifier. Moving on to Motus, we have got Grayson Balzotti, Leo Bronov, Logan Kazelkia, I want to say, or Kazelisa, there we go, and Avon Costello. Amazing stuff from all 4 of you qualifiers, as well as the other kid males that we had compete on the course. We could see so many people getting messed up on that cane move, and for the breakout to be consisting of all of our runners who had that breakout is immense work. Also, going back to the kid females from earlier, we had Justine B. Samad come through with the with the fastest clear from the cane move, as well as Kenley Gary, who also made it past the cane move, as well as Julia Testani and Emma Shiba, doing an absolutely amazing job joining these 2 amazing athletes. Commiserations to the other guys who also competed and got through to this point in the Premier Series. And with that, we have wrapped up the kids division. The mature kids is next. Travis, how are we feeling? Kids division is all done.
Yeah, that was a great way to start off a fun weekend of ninja competition here at Ascend. The kids did not disappoint. There were some great moments, a lot of grit, a lot of determination. Not everybody clearly went as far as they wanted, but you know they're going to come back more prepared next time. And what a great way to start off the whole weekend. Like I said, we've got a lot of great ninja action still to come, and I'm sure some even more impressive ninja course runs, Billy.
Precisely so. I'm very excited to be seeing what is next for all of the crew at Ascend Obstacle Training. It's been an absolute pleasure to be commentating kids with you, Travis. From Billy Dixon and Travis Rosen, we've been your commentators for the kids division, and we will see you later. Take care.